Now I'm here working on my hardest.
And you were in Israel before that.
Yes, sir.
Now, that didn't go well, as I understand.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, you can, people have their own, opinions about it, but I mean, everything went just fine for me. That year was definitely a developmental year for me, and I learned a lot. It was a lot of ups and downs, but at the end of it, I took everything, positively.
If you could do it again, would you do it the same way?
Yeah, yep, definitely. Especially, knowing what I know now, I'll definitely do it, but do it a different way. I'll be more professional on and off the court, and I was there by myself, so I had to wake myself up. I had to be my own man, and it definitely grew me up, and that was my, one of my main focuses, for that year.
Do you look back on that and say, maybe I was immature, maybe I wasn't professional?
Yeah, no, I was definitely immature when I got there. It was my first year being a professional, and I was young, but it was, like I said, it was definitely a developmental year, and I took everything in a positive way, and and I worked on it the next year.
As you go through this process, are GMs and are they asking you about that, about kind of what happened and all that?
Yeah, definitely. They asked me about it, and they asked me, how it was for me, and I told them, it was something that I wanted to do to grow up and mature faster and learn basketball. The basketball part, kind of took care of itself. I was still learning and staying in the best shape, but it was all off the court stuff. It was all just being a good teammate, being around guys that's been there, guys that's been to college and played professional somewhere, played in the NBA, and I was just there listening and kind of being a sponge and soaking up all the information and knowledge that I can get from everybody around me.
Not a lot of guys have taken the option that you had. Brandon Jennings is probably the one that stands out to everybody. As the league stands now, you have to do something for 1 year out of high school.
Yeah.
If you were talking to kids coming up who were trying to make a decision, is Europe or Asia, is that a good option for guys instead of just going that 1 year college?
You know what? That's a good question. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone because it's all about them and their personalities. Right. And for me and my personality, I felt like it was the best decision for me. I couldn't say that for everybody. I wouldn't sit up and advise everybody. I wouldn't I'd be lying if I told them that it was easy. But it definitely wasn't easy. And man, I had an option to stay in school and do my senior year and go to college and be at McDonald's. But you know what? I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to challenge my skills, and that's what I did. And I felt like I wouldn't be the player I am now if I didn't. I wouldn't have done that. And so I really, I have no regrets on my decision.
Can you give me a couple examples? You did, I think you had to wake yourself up. But can you give me a couple examples how life in playing professionally elsewhere is different than what your friends are going through who are still in college?
I mean, it's different because you have to be a professional. It's not like you have a player relations guy that's is kind of there for you. Like helping you with your work. Making sure you're on time to the places is all it's all on you. Bernie had his family over there. He had his mom and his little brother over there. I was over there by myself. I could have my dad and my mom come, but I wanted them to let me grow up. And that's exactly what I did. I grew up.
Jeremy, you didn't exactly have the choice to enter the draft. If it was up to you, would it have been better if maybe you were able to get another year somewhere else before you entered the draft and became eligible?
You mean as in basically playing a third year overseas? No, I'm really secure in where I am right now, and I really feel like I'm ready, to take my talents here, and I've worked hard, and I've been through a lot, and I think I'm physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to play in the NBA.
How would you describe your understanding of the game at this point, fundamentally, and all that?
I mean, I definitely understand, pro sets. I understand the game, from a coach's eye. I mean, I still have a lot more learning to do, and that's what I plan on doing. Being here as a rookie, and just kind of getting to the game, and having these older guys around me, and just kind of being a sponge, soaking up all the knowledge that I can from these guys too, and hopefully it can make me be the best player I can be.
Are you surprised by some of the feedback you've gotten this week?
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of things out there that was said about me, and people have their own perception about me before they met me, and I mean, from what I'm hearing, everyone is saying, what we thought was you wasn't you. And I mean, that's that's exactly why I'm here. To kind of show people who I am and show them that I can play. And, show them that I belong. So I mean, I'm just trying to do my best here and and do my best in these individual workouts. And hopefully everything comes together in June.
How do you feel like you're matching up to some of the other players here? Do you feel like you're stacking up?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I feel like I'm strong. I'm fast. I have the mental aspect of the game. I mean, I definitely feel like I belong here, and I mean, hopefully everything works out, and my talents can kind of stand out.
Do you feel like you're fundamentally stronger as a player because you went overseas?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was already, a pretty high-rated player before I left, and I mean, I basically went to a higher division than college. I mean, both leagues that I played in were really strong leagues, and I mean, I feel like it was probably better than any college league. And I mean, all I did was learn. I mean, I had veteran guys around me, veteran coaches, and it's all professional. You get paid to do what you do, and that's what I did.
How many minutes a night were you playing in Japan, approximately?
I don't know the exact amount, but probably roughly around 16 to 18 minutes. Which is a lot more than Israel. But I mean, I was pretty productive in those minutes, and I mean, as the season went on, those minutes got higher, and I played more and I played better, and everything started to work out and come together.
Now, if you get drafted, maybe second round, or maybe go undrafted and get signed, and you have a situation where you're starting on the bench, you're not playing at all. Is that something you're mentally ready for?
I mean, it's probably in the back of my mind. I mean, I'll be prepared for it if it happens, but I highly doubt it would, because I'm definitely physically ready to play here, and I mean, it's not like I took steps back. I'm still talent-wise, where I'm supposed to be, and I mean, everything will show. I mean, the draft, it all come together. I mean, it'll all show. Eventually, it'll all be revealed.
One more question. Have you spoke with, or do you have plans to speak with the Pistons organization at all?
I haven't spoke with them, and I have to check my list of teams, but I don't think I've spoke with them yet.
Jeremy, what role did your agent Mokhtar Njai play in your maturation process?
As far as going to like Japan and to, I mean, Mokhtar's been everything he's supposed to be. I mean, he's kind of like a big brother to me too. I mean, he works hard for us, for me, and he puts me in good situations, and he goes to he came out to Israel, he came out to Japan and checked on me, and he's been real positive in my life, and I respect him for that, and now it's just me working hard trying to get drafted now.
Anyone else that's around you that you kind of look up to, that you're working with?
Yeah, definitely. I got my dad is always in my corner, my high school coach. I have Coach Bob Hill. He's been a pretty big influential guy in my life. My family is is one of my biggest support teams. So I mean, I look to them when I need them, and I have them there.